Hello all. Welcome to the program Know Your Government by Neo IAS, an initiative where a government scheme is picked upon, elaborated and is followed by a question which is in line with the UPSC pattern. Today we will look into a scheme or a program which is known as National Clean Air Program. National Clean Air Program of India. National Clean Air Program NCAP India. Now, National Clean Air Program, as the word suggests, the key objective of this program is to focus on national level strategies for reduction in air pollution levels. For reduction in air pollution levels, to attain that is one of the key objective of the NCAP program, reduction in air pollution levels. The goal of NCAP is to meet the prescribed annual average ambient air quality standards at all locations in the country in a stipulated time frame. So the key word for us to understand here is something which is known as annual average ambient air quality standards. Average ambient air quality standards, which basically means that in a particular location or in a particular geography, what is the prescribed or standard level which is safe to inhale for the people with less pollution. So at an average level, to attain the ambient air quality standards is one of the key purpose or key objective of the NCAP program. This is a program which is implemented by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change is the ministry which is implementing this program. Now, let us now quickly look into what are all the key objectives of this program. Key objectives. First one is to augment and evolve effective and proficient ambient air quality monitoring network. So we have already discussed about the ambient air quality standards. So there is a monitoring network should be in place through which probably the ambient air quality level at each locations could be properly identified. So all the monitoring mechanisms which would help in identifying the ambient air quality network. So to focus upon that, monitoring network is one of the key objective, and that monitoring network to be spread across the country for ensuring comprehensive and reliable data. So through the monitoring mechanism, having clear-cut and reliable data is one of the key objective of this program. Then, to have efficient data dissemination and public outreach mechanism for timely measures for prevention and mitigation of air pollution, and also to propel the idea of inclusive public participation. So, to have efficient data dissemination, so with the data which we are properly having, so properly using up data and also to ensuring that the air pollution level is much reduced across the nation is one of the key objective. And to come up with the prevention and mitigation strategies for reducing the air pollution is also something which this program envisaged upon, and the element of public participation to involve public as well in terms of achieving this objective is something which the NCAP program plans up into. Then, to have a feasible management plan. So, this being a program which is of extreme importance, and to have this program across a larger geographic area and section across our nation, there should be proper prescribed plan as well, so that this is implemented in a very effective manner. So to having a feasible management plan for prevention, control and abatement of air pollution. So the two ambit of both prevention as well as the control is being taken care in this management plan. Then, if those are some of the key objectives, how this is being basically attained, or some of the approaches are, first one is to have a cross-sectoral as well as collaborative and multi-scale coordination between the central ministries, state government and local bodies. So a cooperative, collaborative approach between the central ministry, state government and local bodies is something which this program plans up for, and focus on no regret measures and focusing upon the idea of a participatory and a disciplined approach. No regret measures means whatever be the best option which we could do to attain our goal, to focusing upon that and getting that one achieved, as well as achieving that through the idea of a participatory as well as a very disciplined mode is how this program has been envisaged upon. Now, let us now quickly look into some of the key initiatives under the NCAP program. The first one is augmenting air quality monitoring network. Augmenting air quality monitoring network. So, what National Air Quality Monitoring Network. So, whatever be the mechanisms or modes through which currently the air quality is being assessed upon and the monitored, that needs to be augmented upon so that we are employing both manual, continuous, sensor-based as well as satellite-based techniques to have both very clear as well as precise data regarding the air quality monitoring is one of the key objectives. So, the augmentation of the current air quality monitoring network is something which this program plans to achieve. Second thing is air quality management plan for 100 known attainment cities. Air quality management plan for 100 known attainment cities. It basically means that, so all those cities which are currently not upfront in terms of the air pollution management, that needs to be taken care upon, and to ensure that the air quality management in those cities are properly being taken care. How? Identification of the emission sources in those cities. What are all the emission sources? Assessment of extent of contribution of these sources from each of these different pockets of emission from that or emission happening in that particular city. Identifying and understanding how much is the contribution from each source, prioritizing the sources, then formulation of an action plan is some of the ideas under the air quality management plan for the 100 non-attainment cities. 2. The third initiative is on indoor air pollution monitoring and management. Understand that this program is focusing upon both external air pollution management as well as indoor air pollution management. So, whatever be the measures to ensure that we have the physical, chemical and biological characteristics of the air and physical, chemical and biological characteristics of the air in an indoor environment too is being analyzed upon, and that too is being monitored and managed under this program. Then, next is about something which is known as National Emission Inventory. National Emission Inventory. National Emission Inventory is an accounting of the amount of pollutants discharged into the atmosphere. So, the amount of pollutants discharged into the atmosphere. So, that can be, or it contains total emissions for one or more specific air pollutions. So, the total emissions of different types of gases, different types of air pollutions can be something which is being tracked upon in the National Emission Inventory, as well as a specific cumulative emission of one particular type of gases or air pollutant is also being tracked up under the National Emission Inventory. So, understand that under the National Emission Inventory, both total emission sources in a particular geographic region as well as the emission account or emission value of one specified air pollutant is being both tracked upon. And this is usually done across a geographic area and for a particular specific time period. Usually the time period wherein this has been calculated is for 1 year. So, that is about National Emission Inventory. The next initiative is about network of technical institutions. Network of technical institutions basically means including the academicians, academic administrators as well as all those experts in the area of air pollution to come together and have a proper network mechanism so that they can share the knowledge base which they have in terms of managing the air pollution effectively. So, that is about network of technical institutions. Then, technology assessment cell, especially in the advent of era wherein the technology is on a very progressive note, whatever be the technologies which is having with one nation, probably some other nation can have better technologies in terms of managing the air pollution in that particular nation. So, as per the mechanism of technological transfer under the various bilateral and multilateral agreements. So, technology transfer under bilateral and multilateral agreements, then have the technologies for both indigenous as well as international monitoring. That is the indigenous technology, the technology which has been used within India for air pollution, or if you are comparing the air pollution management technologies across different nations, so the best one needs to be adopted upon is the idea of technology assessment cell. So, the focusing upon technology and its quality. Then, international cooperation. So, international cooperation including sharing of international best practices. International cooperation, including sharing of international best practices, is also one of the key initiative under this one. Next initiative is something which is known as extending source apportionment studies to all non-attainment cities. Extending source apportionment studies to all non-attainment cities. It basically means that this would help in identifying the sources and extent of the contribution of each sources. So, in a particular city, which all is the key source for pollution or which is the key source which is causing pollution in those cities, that needs to be identified. So, that kind of an approach is something which is known as source apportionment studies. So, that to be spread across the 100 non-attainment cities which are extremely bad in terms of air pollution is one of the different strategies. Currently, the government have initiated this source apportionment studies in close to 6 cities. And those 6 cities would involve Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, Pune and Kanpur. Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, Pune and Kanpur are the current cities wherein the government have initiated this, and the government is planning to extend this to the other 94 cities as well, which are actually flaring extremely bad in terms of the air pollution part. Then, review of ambient air quality standards and emission standards. So, the ambient air quality standards and what is the permitted emission standards in terms of the pollutant, that needs to be reviewed upon on a consistent basis at par with the international standards is again something which has been envisaged upon under this scheme. Then, institutional framework. To ensure that there is a proper, precise government mechanisms or institutions in place which is taking care of the air pollution combatement is one of the key objective in the idea of institutional framework. Now, let us quickly move on and revise upon the what are all the key initiatives under this one. First one is augmenting air quality monitoring network. Second one is air quality management plan for 100 non-attainment cities. 2. Third one is indoor air pollution monitoring and management. National emission inventory. Network of technical institutions. Technology assessment cell. International cooperation, including sharing up of the international best practices. Then extending source apportionment studies to all non-attainment cities. Then review of ambient air quality standards and emission standards, as well as to come up with a proper institutional framework is some of the key initiatives which has been taken care under the Ncap program. Let us now see a question which is based on this. With reference to National Clean Air Program, which of the following statements given below is or are correct? First statement, this is a program spearheaded by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So, this program is a program which has been implemented by the MOF Ministry, which is making the first statement correct. So, first statement correct means we are left with options either or option A or option C. We can eliminate B and D. So, A and C is what we are left with. Let us now look into the second statement. Second statement says that formation of national emission inventory and international cooperation, including sharing of international best practices on air pollution, are some of the initiatives under this. We have revised and we have seen that definitely these two are also part of the some of the key initiatives under the Ncap program, which is making the second statement as well as correct. So, both statement 1 and statement 2 is correct. So, we can reach the answer as C, both 1 and 2. Thank you so much.